Alright, what's going on, guys? For today's video, we have another fun disc design experiment where I designed this crazy looking mold that hopefully flies the shortest distance possible. Super puddle topped, super fun. We're going to test it out, see how it does. Alright, let's do it. We do have some wind here to deal with, so nice right to left wind. We're going to start it out here comparing it to a couple other putters to see how it flies, because I have no idea on the stability of this thing. But we have a Roach, Challenger OS, a Zone, and the new disc. We're going to see, hopefully it doesn't fly very far, hopefully kind of straight, maybe slightly overstable, but we'll see, and we'll see how far we can get it, see how useful it is. Alright, Challenger OS, give it a little height. Much better. Okay, this hole is 280, that's probably 290, 295. Zone. Flat out to the right. Okay, that one's about parked. Okay, let's see what this bad boy's gonna do. Oh, I think we nailed it. Oh, I think we nailed it. It came out kind of quick like a normal disc and it started losing speed instantly. I mean, that thing probably went 100 feet. That's awesome. All right, first shot here with a no distance disc. Let's see what we got. 153 feet. That is awesome. All right, I already know some people are going to be wondering, why would I want a disc that does not go far? Wouldn't you want a disc that goes farther? Two reasons. One, I think it'd be good for upshots, especially for a lot of people, or just me in general. I think sometimes throwing harder is easier and easier to be more accurate. So if you have a disc that can control the distance for you, sometimes that's better. Also, I'm really bad at short holes. I can throw 450 to 500 regularly with my drivers, but like when I get to a short hole, I'm literally worse on shorter holes where I have to just kind of control the distance better. So it was just kind of fun to mess around with this idea of like, how short can I truly design a disc to go? I think we might even be able to do better than this in the future, but this thing does not get much distance. I'm excited to try and rip on it a little bit better, give it more height, give it more ante. I mean, maybe 200 with it, but that's exactly what I wanted. Kind of got up high, a little bit of air, and just fell right out of the sky. So we'll keep testing her out. All right, shot two. It's so weird because it comes out fast. I put maybe a little bit too much ante on that because I held for quite a ways, but it feels like it, and it looks like it's holding speed, and it's very, very weird. Like it's going and going and going, and then it's like it gets like halfway through the air, and it just starts to decelerate so quickly because that extreme puddle top. So that's awesome. I mean, that maybe went 200, but I don't even think so. But 198, we almost broke 200. I think we can get her over it, but I don't think we're gonna get it past it by very much. This thing is awesome. All right. Hole number 3 with the no distance disc, 145 foot hole here, a little bit of a tailwind. I think I'm going to give it a height. I'm going to try throwing it on hyzer, and I'm going to see maybe 70-80% power, see if that can get it there, maybe just drop right by the bucket. I threw it a little too straight, but that is hilarious. All right, 285 foot hole here. Right to left wind. I think we're going to try hyzer. I think we're going to try and smash one on hyzer, give it a little bit of height, see how far it'll go on hyzer, maybe throw there a couple putters just for fun. And drop. It's like right when it gets to its peak, it just drops right out of the sky. 200 feet, like 205. So it's very interesting that that hyzer went over 200, but the other ones didn't. But We're gonna try a short little forehand upshot with it. See what happens. Give it a little height, drop, 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 drop. Fart. So what's interesting to me is I haven't thrown it a ton of times yet, so I could completely be wrong here, but it seems like the times I've tried to throw it flat, anhyzer or hyzer, it's all pretty much went the same distance. It just depends on like how good of a throw it ended up being, I guess power and height wise. So it's like, it's just kind of getting to that point where it's halfway to 3/4 of the way through its flight, right when it meets its peak peak height. It literally just like that concave top just drops it right out of the sky once it gets to that top point. So like I really don't think the angle affects the distance that much compared to other discs. All right, just for fun, we're gonna play this one from Longs. 350-foot wide open shot, left to right wind. This thing's pretty sweet. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do. For anyone wondering, the super concave or puddle top instead of dome is just to reduce that distance as much as possible. So if anyone doesn't know, a domier disc will get a little bit more glide because it's getting more lift from under the disc as the air is getting pushed down. Where a concave top or a very puddle top disc is reducing that lift as much as possible. So once it, instead of lifting and keep going up and getting more glide out of it, it just wants to fall out of the sky. So that's why it's so concaved and looks like a bowl. But we're gonna absolutely try and smash it here. We're gonna go height, slight ante. I think the wind's gonna pull it right. We're gonna see if we can't get her a little over 200 again. Didn't get as much ante at time, but like it just falls right out of the sky. We'll see just for fun, 350. We'll see if we can get one of these putters up there. Okay, if that stays up, that might be great. Fade back a little, fade back a little. Okay, I think the distance is perfect, probably just 30 feet right of it. 178 feet. This is the craziest disc and the weirdest disc to hold ever because it's so concave on the top. And then on the bottom, it's like you don't really want to tuck your fingers in because that concave part comes up and gets in the way. So you kind of have to like almost in between power grip and fan grip it with a very weird thumb placement. But we're going to try another forehand with it, see if we can't park it. I think this is going to be an absolute full rip forehand. Give it enough height, but that thing dropped really quick on the forehand. All right, these are the types of holes that this disc was literally designed for. 185-foot hole, wide open. There is like a 10 to 15 mile per hour headwind, so we'll see how that affects it. I think we go hard hyzer, straight at it, maybe slightly right side because I think it's going to flip some in the headwind. I think we just throw it as hard as we can, see if we can't put it close. Wow, okay, so a little short, quite a bit left. I threw a little bit too much hyzer on. I was a little scared of the headwind. All right, the interesting thing here is this disc actually has such an odd shape that I was just messing around with it. It actually feels like 10 times better to hold upside down because your thumb fits right in between the rim and that puddle top, and your hand actually feels nice kind of going down into that puddle top. So we're gonna give it a rip here across this little creek and see how it flies. No idea if it's gonna go farther, more understable. I don't know. We're just gonna rip it. We're gonna see. Okay, it actually went a little farther. Maybe it's hard to tell. I didn't give it a ton of height, but it went dead straight. So that's really, really interesting. All right, wide open, 583-foot hole. Should be a slight tailwind. We're gonna play with this the entire hole. See what score we can get, and then once we get in the putting range, we'll putt with the roach just so we don't break this. All right, see how it goes. Comment down below how many shots you think it'll take us to get to the basket. I mean, that was a pretty good start. All right, 207 feet. It was actually our farthest throw yet with the no distance disc. Shot 2 here, see if we can't beat it. Oh, great ante. Great ante. That's pretty good as well. That's 2 good rips in a row. All right, shot number 3 here. I think if we get a good one on a good ante, good height, I think it's reachable. I think we could possibly get a 4 here. Yeah. We're actually a little deep. We're a little deep in 3. I think we're gonna be 25, 30 feet for the putt, for the par. So I honestly don't think I could have thrown much better on those shots. Maybe a few feet here or there, but those were 3 really good shots in a row. 580-foot hole. We're 25, so we're probably a little over 600 feet in 3 shots. So I mean, we averaged right around 200 feet. Like I said, I don't think I could have got much better, so that actually worked out pretty solid. That was so bad. All right, we just finished her out. Just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. Had a ton of fun making this. I'll definitely be making some modifications to try and make one go even shorter distances. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, peace out.